Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, it's just a quiet day at home for me, getting a few simple things done. I'm finishing taking down my Easter decor. I'm going to refresh my mantle, and I'm just going to start a cozy batch of sourdough. That's it, just a quiet, simple day of homemaking. So I already have some Easter decor that I took down in here in this living room, dining room area, and I'm gathering it all on my dining room table like I do for every holiday when I'm undecorating. I gather everything around the house and place it on the dining room table before I get the bin out and place it all in the bin or bins. I usually wait a day because there's always something that I forget. And it's funny, I thought I got everything today, and then I was sitting at the kitchen table this evening and looked up at the kitchen window, and I have the egg garland hanging over the window. So I grabbed that this evening. It's one piece that I forgot. So I just ran to grab one of the Easter dish towels that I have on the dining room table. I'm going to wrap up these glass bunnies in that so that they don't break. Because their ears are, I don't know, kind of pointy. I just wanted to protect them in the kitchen towel. It's an Easter towel that I was going to pack away anyway, so we might as well use it as a protection for the glass bunnies. So I forgot I have some Easter napkins, and I also remembered I had some Easter paper plates, like dessert plates, that left over, and I'm not going to waste them. I'm going to put them in a baggie and save them until next year. So now it's time to refresh the mantle. I had an idea of what I wanted to do, just add some greenery. It's such a large fireplace, white brick, and I just wanted to warm it up a bit by adding some greenery and some gold, like brassy looking pieces. I did some rub and buff on a couple of pieces. You'll see I had a black swan, like a duck swan. I used rub and buff, on that. It came out beautiful. And also I had two little black planters with, artificial faux greenery in it. I wanted to soften that up too, so I put the rub and buff on those, and they came out great. And here, I knew I didn't want such perfect symmetry. Sorry, couldn't say that. So I'm trying to figure out what I wanted to raise, just kind of playing around with it here. I love the idea of kind of using old books in your decor, and I have a lot of them in the living room. So I brought one in, and I don't wind up keeping it here, but I do use it. And you'll see, I played around with it. I still am not 100% sold on how it is, as how I left it. I do want to do a few little tweaking, and of course if I do, I'll be sure to show you the final look if I do tweak it. That little planter with the faux greenery, I have two of them here. Those are the ones that were black that I put rub and buff on them, and I love the way it turned out. I think it just softens it up a little bit instead of having everything so black. If you notice around the doors to the fireplace, my husband insists that there's a draft coming through, so every winter he puts black tape so it's not so in your face, to close the little gaps where the air comes in. And of course it's the end of the winter, so it's starting to come off a little bit, so I do have to take that off and clean those doors really good for the spring. This is the black swan that I had gotten from Hobby Lobby, and I put rub and buff on it, and it just came out so beautiful. It looks like a real brass duck swan, whatever you want to call it. I loved it, and I really like the way it looks on the book, so I did keep that. I really would love your guys' suggestions and ideas on how to style this mantle. I have lived in this house for 29 years, almost 30, and I have always struggled with it because it is so large. It's actually 16 feet wide. It's just large. And I had painted it white a few years ago. It was always the original brick. And I do love the white. It softened it up. But I don't know. I just seem to struggle with it. I would love your guys' ideas, recommendations on what you would do. I would love to hear your comments down below. Thank you. All these candles are battery operated. They have remotes and they are on timers. I do need to replace all the batteries, and they were on, lasted all winter. But I do want to use them for the spring and summer. I'll just make them go on a little bit later, now that it gets dark later. But I do love that coziness in the evening when we're on the couch watching TV with the candles, and they just come on automatically every night. It's awesome. So I love the idea of having a picture in front of the mirror. So I've had that multiple times. I've also had a wreath hanging on the mirror. So I'm not sure which one I want to do for the spring and summer. So I'm just going to sit with it blank for now. But I do think that it needs something. I have to look downstairs and see what pictures I have. What wreaths, maybe, I'm not sure. But I definitely want to add something to that also. Right now I'm adding some greenery. I feel like it needed that to just kind of warm it up a little bit. I also think, now that I'm editing this video and looking at it, the right side of the mirror as you're looking at it, I have the blue and white, then I have a pot with the orchid, then I have the little gold potted greenery, and then I have that round picture of a horse. I love it, but it's just too even there. So I don't know if I have to change the height of something or change that horse picture out. I'm not sure. So again, I love the way it turned out, but I will be sitting here every night staring at it and tweaking it as the days and weeks go on. I don't know. Do you guys do that? I change it day to day. We'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow. So doing this, just taking my time and doing things around the house, I like to call it putzing. I tell my husband I just want to putz around the house today. And to me, that's what this is, just arranging, placing decor, straightening up, moving things around, just, I don't know, putzing around the house today. It's my favorite thing to do. That, and in the spring and summer, putzing around the yard with gardening. I don't know. It's just one of my favorite things to do. Being home and putzing around. So if you're new to my channel and this is the first video of mine that you're watching, hello and welcome. So glad you're watching if you've made it this far. If you like videos like this, I would love for you to subscribe. Give me a big thumbs up. You can also click that notification bell so you'll be made aware when I do post a video. I am posting videos 3 times a week, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. So I would love to have you if you're new and not yet subscribed. I also would love whoever's watching to leave me a comment down below, say hello, give me your ideas on what I could do with this tremendous mantle of mine that's stark white. I just, I could use all the ideas and recommendations that you may have for me. They would all be greatly appreciated. And yeah, so if you do like videos like this, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Just realized I didn't mean to leave those who have watched my videos before and are subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing and for coming back to watch more. It is so greatly appreciated. I am so enjoying this YouTube channel, doing the creating, the editing. I'm having a blast. I'm loving it. And I'm really happy that people are watching. So thank you for coming back and for being here and watching my videos. Okay, so this is pretty much how I left it, but for some reason the two end pieces of greenery when I was standing back seemed too full, so I took a little bit out. Now I'm kind of regretting it. I don't know. Again, let me know what you think. You see on either end the large greenery pieces. I felt they were too bushy, I guess, or that's the word you want to use. But so I just I grabbed my wire cutter and I kind of thinned it out. Let me know what you think once you see when I put less there. Looking at it here on video, definitely not right. I don't know. I'll be tweaking that and I think adding a little more greenery, especially to the right side. But here's the final view. Love that little horse picture in the gold frame. I got that at Hobby Lobby. So pretty. But here's what I have up there. It's a close-up view. I like the way it looks. Just for spring for the moment. And we'll see how it goes. How I live with it and what I decide to change. Okay, so to end the video and my putzing around today, I'm going to make my dough for my sourdough loaf. I fed the starter early this morning and it has now doubled in size. It's nice and bubbly, so I'm just going to get this mixed up before we end the video. have truly mastered my sourdough baking skills. Simple loaf, same recipe. I've been doing it for, I don't know, over a year now, I think. I pretty much make a loaf a week. I eat it, my husband eats it, and my daughter eats it. We all love it. I usually have a slice for breakfast, toast it. But also, you know, it depends on what I'm making for dinner. If we want to have a slice of bread with dinner, we do that too. And the loaf goes every week. Like I said, we all eat it. And I have mastered it. I have mastered my feeding of my sourdough starter. I love baking it from scratch. There's something about it, and it's just so homey. So if you have any questions or you need any tips, please don't hesitate to ask down in the comments below. I'd be glad to share my knowledge. I'm not going to call it expertise, but my knowledge on sourdough baking. It's also a really good hand and arm workout. Right here, I'm just making sure that all the flour on the bottom of the bowl is incorporated, say, into the dough. You don't want to have any dry, clumpy flour in the dough. So once I get this mixed into a shaggy ball, I cover it and I do 3 stretch and folds, 30 minutes apart, and then I just let it sit and bulk ferment until it's ready to be shaped. And then I shape it, put it in the fridge at least a few hours, preferably overnight, and then I bake it. And that's it. It is really simple. And again, like I said, it's just, there's something so special about making your own bread. Just telling my watch to set a 30-minute timer here. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you for spending a little bit of time with me today, and I'll see you in the next one.